going well so far. Today I am doing a really impromptu video. I'm going to talk about all the books that I hopefully will read in the month of December. I originally wasn't going to film because I have an essay that's due at midnight today, so class was cancelled. So I was working on that, and then I think I reached a point of I don't know what else I can edit, and then I opened the blinds and found out that we actually have sunlight today, which very rarely happens here in New England where I go to school. So I figured might as well try to come up with something. So this is a little bit unplanned. I apologize beforehand if it's all over the place, but I feel like it's a possible TBR, so it shouldn't be too bad. So according to my Goodreads challenge, I need to read a total of 6 more books before the end of the year in order to meet 75 books. So I do have 6 books here that I hopefully will get to, so let's jump right in. So the first 2 books that I have are on my iPad, so I'm just going to hold it up for prop's sake. The first one is Wildcard by Marie Lu. I am currently in the middle of this one and I'm so excited. All I really want to do is just curl up and read it because that's how much I've been sucked into this world. I finished Warcross in the beginning of the month already and it's just been a whirlwind from there. So I'm very excited and very just so pumped to see how the story concludes, and it's definitely amazing. I am very excited and I can't wait to see how things unfold, which I think I've just been saying that repeatedly, but yeah, I'm pumped. The second book I have on my iPad here is American Panda by Gloria Chow. I kind of went through all the books that I have read or have been reading, and I wanted to try to finish any of the books I had started but didn't finish, and American Panda is one of them. I started this one I think back in May, but I don't know if it was just the characters, their writing style, something in it just it didn't really click, but I was so excited to read it because it was about a Taiwanese American, and we rarely get that in YA books. So I do still want to try to pick it up and see if I can maybe push past my initial pushback, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and try to finish that one. So hopefully that happens. Yeah. So now moving on to the physical books. First one that I have is Vasa in the Night by Sarah Porter. I started this a while ago and I'm currently on page 139. So I picked this one up because it sounded really cool and it's based off of Vasilisa the Beautiful, which, if you guys didn't know, is also the basis of one of my favorite series of all time, the Winter Night Trilogy by Catherine Arden. So I wanted to see how another author took that same story and made it something different. I don't know the original story, but I definitely want to read that as well. But this book is just so confusing. We follow Vasa, who lives in Brooklyn, I think, and there's this grocery store in her town that is notorious for its cheap prices and for beheading shoplifters. So it's just this weird book that is very much in magical realism, but it's so weird and confusing that when I was initially reading it, I was just lost. So this is the same thing with American Panda. I am about halfway through and I want to finish it before the end of the year, so we're going to have to try to push back all the weirdness because we still got a lot of book left to go. The next one that I have is The Chaos of Stars by Kirsten White. I bought this with Vasa from Thrift Books at the beginning of the year. I lent it to a friend of mine and she read it and was it's so good, you have to read it. So I need to read this. I feel this will be something that I will enjoy quite a bit. Also, this book itself is just gorgeous. The amount of detail the publishers went into through the headers, and it's just a very beautiful book. So I'm very excited. From what I can gather, rough summary wise, this is it's based off of Egyptian mythology, and that's really all I know. I love Kirsten White's writing. I've been meaning to continue on with her Conquer saga, which I will hopefully in 2019, but until then I will read this and it'll be great. The next one I have is The Crown's Game by Open Sky. This has been one of the books that I've been literally staring at for the past couple of months ever since I bought it. I don't know much about this book either, other than it's the Night Circus, where it's like two people are battling for something, and it takes place in a fantastical Imperial Russia. And I love Russia, Imperial Russia, I don't know, let's not get too political here, but yeah, I'm just really excited for this book, and I've been wanting to pick up Crown's Fate, but I'm telling myself I can't do that until I read this one, just to make sure I love it as much as I am thinking that I'm going to love it. So yeah, I'm very excited, and I will definitely be picking this one up. The last book that I have is kind of like thrown in there. And to be honest, I think I will read 3 out of the 6 books I'm talking about for sure. The other 3 I'm not too sure, and this one is one of them, and that is The Magician's Apprentice by Trudy Canavan. I brought this with me because it's honestly just been sitting on my bookshelves at home for the longest time, and I need to read this book. Another reason that I'm like, okay, I finally have to pick this up is I placed another order on Thrift Books, and it's like more big hardbacks, and I'm like, I gotta read this one. Yeah. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with Trudy Canavan. I think her stories are very interesting, but I always have trouble continuing them. The only trilogy of hers that I've actually completed is the Age of Light trilogy, I think. And I did not like that very much. I think my dislike of it grew as the series continued. I have read the Black Magician's trilogy, the first book, and part of the second book, and this is like the prequel to that, but you don't have to finish that trilogy to read this one. So I figured maybe I'll try a standalone, since I tend to like her first books and then I kind of falter as we continue. So we're gonna see how this one goes. It's a super massive book, and I think that'll be good because I feel like I've been reading a lot of 300-page books, and this one's like in the 500s. So I used to crank out 500-page books all the time, so hopefully this ends well. But yeah, I am still relatively excited about it. I just feel like I keep pushing it off, and I just need to face it. So hopefully this will happen. So those are all the books that I am hoping to read in December. I do have a couple other books that I have in mind that I want to read, but we shall see. In terms of what I like reading, what I've got as of right now at school, obviously I have finals, so that also has to factor in. I'm also doing something called 12 Days of Petitmas on my blog, which I will be posting something every other day starting on December 2nd all the way to the 24th. So this video is probably going to end up being one of those posts, but I will leave a link in the down bar below if you like to check out the posts in general and kind of follow me on my journey. I hopefully we'll be able to do 12 days. Last year I only did 9, so we're gonna aim for 10 this year, and we'll see. I've got a couple of posts planned and I'm really excited for them. I just have to find the time to actually draft them, so yeah, it'll be good. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you're reading in December. The year is almost over, so that's so crazy. What are some books that you like wanted to get to in 2018 and but like you might not be able to? Anything like that. I will hopefully be able to post more. Hopefully we get more sunlight, because oh my gosh, the light right now makes me so happy. It's so bright and beautiful. It's so much better than my artificial lighting that I've been working with for the past semester. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to film more. I mean, December is just the month of wrap-ups, so it'll be really great. And yeah, until the next time I talk to you guys, don't forget to stay caffeinated, eat some chocolate. Also, if you are in your final season, take a nap, and just make sure to take care of yourself. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys very soon with another video. Bye!